What to eat for healthy lungs every day. Prevent pneumonic plague. Starting from your spoon. Have you ever thought, every time you bring a spoonful of food to your mouth, you're either nourishing your lungs or slowly weakening them? I get it. When people talk about lung health, they usually think of wearing masks, avoiding air pollution, or staying away from cigarettes. But there's another powerful way to protect your lungs that most people overlook: eating the right foods every single day, especially when it comes to serious diseases like pneumonic plague. This isn't a threat that only targets smokers or people living in polluted areas. All it takes is a bit of carelessness. And if you don't want to be caught off guard, you need to start living proactively. In other words, health every day begins right in your kitchen. Part 1. Why take care of your lungs from the inside? I once asked an elderly pulmonologist, why do some people who've never smoked still end up with damaged lungs? And he said, because lungs don't just breathe, they eat too. Sounds strange, right? But it's true. Everything you eat gets absorbed into your blood, traveling to every single cell. And your lungs, delicate as they are, take in nutrients just like your liver, heart, or brain. If you're lacking antioxidants or essential vitamins, your lungs are more likely to become inflamed, infected, and slower to recover. Part 2. Foods that deserve a spot on your table. Don't worry, I'm not going to tell you to follow some strict diet. All I'm asking is that you add a few simple, powerful foods to your meals. Take broccoli, for example. Did you know that researchers at Johns Hopkins found that sulforaphane, a compound in broccoli, helps reduce lung inflammation? It's especially helpful if you live in a polluted environment. Or carrots. Super familiar, right? But not everyone knows they're loaded with vitamin A, which helps keep the lining of your lungs moist and less prone to irritation. And then there's apples. I once read a study from the UK showing that people who ate at least 5 apples a week had better lung function. Not to mention pomegranates, oranges, and lemons. All rich in vitamin C, which boosts your respiratory immunity. You're vegetarian? Great! Chia seeds, flax seeds, and walnuts are all fantastic plant-based sources of omega-3s, helping your lungs fight inflammation without needing fish. And if you're not vegetarian, go ahead and add some salmon to your meals. It's delicious and incredibly good for you. Don't forget about ginger, garlic, and turmeric, staple spices in Vietnamese kitchens for generations. When used regularly, they're not just flavor boosters. They're powerful natural remedies. And here's the simplest, most underrated one: water. Staying hydrated helps keep your lungs moist, thins out mucus, and makes it easier to clear out phlegm. Part 3. Watch out for lung-damaging foods. But you know what? Some foods may taste good but are secretly harming your lungs. Fast food, deep-fried snacks, sugary sodas. They cause low-grade inflammation throughout your body, slowly weakening your lungs over time. Or canned and processed foods with preservatives. They might not hurt right away, but they can slow down your recovery after a respiratory illness. When it comes to pneumonic plague, a weak immune system is all it takes for the bacteria to strike. That's why your daily meals really matter, more than you might think. Part 4. Health every day, a way of living, not just advice. I once wrote in my journal, "What I eat today decides how my lungs breathe tomorrow." To me, health every day isn't just some wellness slogan. It's an act of kindness toward your own body. little by little. You don't have to eat fancy or complicated meals. Just add more fresh veggies, cut back on fried stuff, drink more water, and remember, your lungs need to be nourished too. People who live long, healthy lives aren't the ones who never get sick. They're the ones who listen to their bodies and care for them every day. If you've made it this far, I know you're someone who truly cares about your health. So let me ask you this. What did you eat today to help your lungs stay strong? Do you have a favorite lung-loving recipe you'd like to share to help others live health every day? Someone once asked me, what do foods have to do with pneumonic plague? It's a fair question, because many of us still think lung diseases only come from the air we breathe. But here's the truth. Even though diseases like pneumonic plague spread through the respiratory system, your chances of fighting them off go way up when your immune system is strong. And building a strong immune system doesn't only come from medicine. It comes from your food, your water, your sleep, and the way you live every single day. One study published in Frontiers in Immunology showed that a diet rich in vitamins A, C, E, and zinc boosts your lungs' immune response and lowers the risk of lung infections. That means when you eat right, you're basically putting on armor without waiting for illness to strike. So don't wait until a doctor tells you your lungs are in trouble to start eating better. Think bigger. Every spoonful of leafy greens, every clove of garlic, every slice of ginger you eat today is a thank you gift to your lungs tomorrow. I once heard Dr. Linda, a clinical nutrition expert, say this: a weak lung can't fight off strong bacteria, but if you eat right, sleep enough, cut down on sugar, and load up on greens, your body becomes a place where bacteria can't thrive. That quote changed the way I look at food. It's not about eating to feel full. It's about eating to stay strong, eating to live well, health every day, from the inside out. I get it. Life gets busy. Some days you're slurping instant noodles at 10 p.m. Some days you skip water or you're too tired to hit the market. But hey, just start small. Add one lung-friendly food to your plate each day. Do a quick health check once a week. Cut back on fried food once a month. That alone can shift things. Because health every day doesn't mean being perfect. It means being mindful and learning to take care of the breath you have right now. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Do you have a favorite meal that makes you feel light, energized, and like your lungs can breathe freely? Got any tips for healthy eating that don't feel like a sacrifice? Drop a comment. I'll be reading them all. And if this video was helpful, share it with someone you care about, especially if they've been coughing a lot, living in a polluted environment, or just need a little motivation to start taking better care of themselves. We all deserve to breathe a little easier every single day. We all deserve to live health every day, starting with the meal right in front of us.